Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the time given to me. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Asrowi. I'm one of the speaker on this conference on Gcbss 2018 Global Conference on Business and Social Sciences held in Malaysia. Well, firstly, I would like to say I would like to apologize as we cannot have the visual presentation directly tomorrow, as we have to conduct and attend the graduation ceremony on the same day. That is why we are not able to join the live conference by Skype as the schedule given. Well, as the virtual presenter here, I would like to deliver my presentation dealing with our paper entitled Enhancing Junior High School Students' Resilience Level to Prevent Bullying Experience. Well, so we have got about 4 parts in my presentation. The first is about introduction, and then research methodology, and then results, discussion, and conclusion. Now we go on to the first part. We have introduction. Well, in the junior high school age, the sensitivity of a child on verbal bullying is strong and sometimes very deep. Senior high school students commonly have their appetites in friendship. We have got about 2 things will be explored here. The first is about the bullying in school, and the second is about resilience. Now we go on to the first part, which is school bullying is any undesired violence or any kind of attractive or confrontative behavior which occurs intermittently in the same way and done by person or people that involve and observe or perceive power imbalance on other physically or psychologically weaker peers. So bullying itself refers to some kind of activity that is unwanted by other people as the target, and it is including to the confrontative behavior. And the second, we have resilience. Resilience is stated as a system of parts working together in which an individual shows a proper adjustment despite experiencing risk leading to major problems. Okay, now we go on to the next. We still have 2 things again to be explored. The third, we have the influence of resilience in bullying, and then the fourth, we have the present study. Well, the resilience on bullying are evidently having relationships according to Gomez, Ortiz, O'Meara, and Ortega Ruiz in 2016 and Hong Espelage on 2012. How the victimized students survive personally based on social antecedents, behavior, and emotion in school context is mostly discerned by studying such relationship. And the next one, you have the present study. Anchored in a number of research discussed above, it can be concluded that lower resilient children tend to be bullied more and perceived as impacted in their attitudes when facing some types of bullying, victimization, rather than higher resilience ones. Okay, the next part to be discussed is here about research methodology. Well, the first is about participants. So the participants in this research was junior high school students at the age of 12 to 15 years old, as becoming the source of the data for the current study. This study was conducted in the form of a survey to those experiencing with bullying at school in Central Java. Then the next one is about the instrument, resilience. To measure the biological and psychological and social aspect of the resilience, the 10-item Connor-Davidson Resilience Scale, or CDRISC, was used here. The 10-item of CDRISC, according to Navarro et al. In 2018, is a self-administered questionnaire with 5-point responses options. And then the school bullying. the respondents' experience in schooling situation with the target of bullying in a number of 10 different types in the previous 30 days, represented school bullying victimization. The measurement was done by employing a questionnaire composed by Alvius, by Lee and Cornell in 2010. And we go on to the next, which is about an analysis in the methodology of the research itself. The SPSS version 20 was applied to have the analysis of the statistic. In order to have a deeper comprehension towards samples of the nature of bullying and its characteristics in junior high school pupils, the first step was done by computing the descriptive statistics. The students who got resilience as the effect of bullying were examined by using a regression analysis. Well, we go on to the next one, which is the results. Well, the first part is going to be explained here about the result of the research is about the experience with bullying. Having experienced various forms of bullying at school, experience with bullying was shown on the table 2 as its proportion in 30 days previously. Today, we have 81.44% students claimed that they had been bullied at school. It was contrary when different behavior was examined. Many students stated different experiences. For instance, we have 81.89 students told epithet names were called to them. Then 82.67% students say that their friends told lies or false rumors to make others dislike them. And 82.18% students said their things were taken away or damaged by others. Several students had experiences which were assumed as bullying, and in some ways they did not see the experience as bullying, since only 81.44% students said they had been bullied. Well, next we have resilience and bullying experience. In analyzing the correlation between scores of the bullying experience of the students, the resilience scores and age, it is used person-product moment correlation coefficient was applied. Both the predictive variables and dependent variable belong to the relationship between the bullying experience are significant in statistical calculation. Well, the next we have the discussion. The resilient students seem to be less desired to characterize certain experience as bullying. Considering that purposeful behavior is not impacted significantly, they may view such so-called bullying experience as less inclined to be called bullying. The one that response is not given by the resilient youth if the aggressor is searching for out a will-be target reaction. This is a greatly potential way to save students indeed including educating the bullying aggressor to stop such kind of behaviors. This study found that more than 80% students reported on bullying victimization. The result is higher than previous research conducted by Bradshaw et al. In 2017, dealing with the comprehensive nature of their overanalyzation. Now, we go on to the last conclusions. The study highlights some limitations. First, to be generalized, the research should obtain a larger representative sample of junior high school students across the nation, not only in the data from the certain province. The current analysis shows that there is a potential on resilience increasing to insulate students from some levels of bullying. The present study proposes that bullying prevention efforts in junior high school context should point this potential. In junior high school context, it may be useful to prepare students by certain socio-emotional skills to enhance their resilience to provide them opportunities to face bullying problem. Well, that is the end of my presentation as the representative from the author and co-author from this paper. I would like to say my thankfulness for your participation and your attention, and thank you.